Hello, everyone. It's Dr. Christine Lee, and today I am inviting you to enjoy an experience and an experiment that I am doing today because today is the very first time I've ever interviewed a client of mine. And my dear friend and client, Kai Stoebenau, has been so lovely in this process of the pre-prep and considering what we would talk about and all the things and just her enthusiasm for the work of doing the coaching throughout our experience has been a joy for me, a gift for me. And now I would love to introduce you all to my good friend and amazing client, Kai. Kai, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Christine. This is great. I'm looking forward to this.
I'm
I'm
really
looking
looking forward to this too. And I told Kai right before we started recording that this is a first for me. It's a first for her too. And we're just inviting you into the experiment, but we're looking forward to discussing a lot of really interesting, relevant topics, I believe, to all of our audience, because we're talking about what we can do with our time here on the planet. What are we going to do with this one big life? Kai, do you want to take us back to the moment or that period of time when maybe you first discovered who I was and my work?
Absolutely. So I discovered you on the Thinking Thin podcast by Rita Black, and I heard your conversation, and I wanted more. I could capture, I could get into that energy, and it was just like, man, I want some of that. And so I looked up making time for success and just started following you and listened to all your podcasts. And I'm just I've learned so much and grown so much and so fast. It's been an amazing journey, and I just look forward every day to what's new.
That's amazing. Thank you. What you mentioned energy. What was the energy? Could you describe what kind of energy was appealing to you?
The energy was, for me, it was just two women talking and very excited in their conversation, and I felt an honor to like be in that conversation. So it was exciting to me that I just wanted a piece of that energy. It was just two women talking, but just I could feel the groove of your energy, and it just I just loved it.
All right. Well, I love Rita Black as you do. And so if any of our listeners have missed the couple of episodes featuring Rita Black, we both refer you to those episodes. And yes, I was a guest a couple of times on Rita's podcast, Thin Thinking, as well. So thank you for mentioning lovely Rita. May I ask, my next question would be what part of you was maybe searching for a different kind of energy at that time?
So I have my original story. So I found you in August of 2022 and started following you, and I had my own story in my head. So I felt very narrow, almost narrow-minded, unbeknownst to my own self. And it was a story that no longer fit me, and I was ready to move through that story. And through talking with you, it was, when you asked me to about tell myself to you about myself, it was just like, man, what a depressing story. And it was something I didn't want. And so I just, I wanted to move through procrastination to create something big, and life is getting shorter, and hang on to that energy and hang on, Kyleen, because you're going for it.
Okay, wonderful. What signals did you have that you were tired of your old story?
It was when I told you my story, and it was just uh, that was my signal that this doesn't fit anymore. I'm over this story, and I'm ready to create a new story and kind of tap back into myself. because I was identifying myself too much to my husband's story. And it's an old story that I need to let go of and create my own, and it's taking off.
Okay. What was keeping you wedded to the old story?
It was my thought pattern, my habits, and just negative thinking. And I'm a can be a very creative person, and I'm learning to tap into that creative personality now. And so it was just I was very stagnant, very still in my story, and it didn't belong to me.
Okay. I know that in our work, we've talked about the issue of where do you focus? Where do you put your focus if you've got other people in your life that you feel a responsibility for or towards, and you have your own ideas and dreams to take care of? How do you work that balance? Where do you think you've come regarding that conflict or that issue?
I came to a point where I was ready to let go of my old story of taking care of my husband who had a stroke, but in the big picture, he was doing very well. And I needed to let go of that taking care of uh, thought pattern that I had, that I don't need to take care of him anymore. And yes, um, I have things that I want to uh, enjoy in life. And it just came to a point in time that I was turning I was 62, now I'm 63, and it's just like the time is ticking, and let's do this. I want to jump into my life and live my life with him and enjoy our life together versus staying in the past. So 5 years has passed since his stroke. We're doing great, and now it's time for me to live my life and just uh, I've jumped into the gym, working out in the gym, and I am doing triathlons. And I started triathlons when I was 60 years old. Like, who does that? And it's so I'm living my life now and going to the gym all the time, creating new friends. And I'm in a weightlifting class, I'm in a triathlon class, all these classes I've always been athletic, and that's my groove. And so working out in the gym, that's Kyleen. That's me. That's crazy Kai. I'm going for it. And I've made some great friends there, and I'm doing things. In spin classes, which in the past I haven't been able to complete because of many other reasons. And now I'm just in my zone, and I'm really enjoying growing and you know running triathlons, doing trail runs, and things like that.
Wow. So you've moved from feeling like you were in a narrow space, maybe
Absolutely.
physically and energetically, to really transforming. And you've mentioned very quickly, you've made the transformation from feeling very limited and constrained to running triathlons and kind of leading the pack. If I'm not
Yeah.
mischaracterizing, I think you are a leader in your exercise space as well.
Yes. I just came to the point where this isn't serving me. My old thoughts weren't serving me anymore. And what do I want to do? And I wanted to lose some weight. I've lost a lot of weight. I've been working out, and I'm just finding myself and recreating myself in this like wild thinking for myself and enjoying it, enjoying life. My husband's tapping into that energy, and you have guided me just through listening to your podcast and your success lab. And I'm just finding this new energy, and so is he. and he doesn't even know he is, but he is. I've done your I've done your free online declutter program, and
Mhm.
oh my goodness, I I did things, clean my house, clean parts of my house, and so I'm just tapping into your energy that you're teaching me, and I'm just open to it, and I'm jumping into it with both feet.
Okay, I want to pause here and mention that Kai has been quite the standout since she first came onto my scene, since she first kind of waved her hand or volunteered a comment, that her enthusiasm and kindness and support for me and support for all the other people who are following me and who are making comments in the Facebook group and things like that. She's just been really a standout. So her energy is actually stand out from the beginning. I remember that from the beginning. And now it's just gotten bigger and brighter, if anything, right? It's not dimmed at all. It's actually just you've just found another arena within which to shine. So I want to thank you for bringing your beautiful energy into my tribe and my group of people that I'm working with. We all appreciate you. So thank you. I wanted to just pause there and thank you for that. Can you give us a sense of a comparison of what your negative mindset might have sounded like compared to what you might tell yourself today?
Oh boy. Um, so in uh, in my old mindset, it was I can't do anything because I have to stay the path. Um, I'm a very open person, and so the trials that I've been through in the last 5 years kept me very narrow minded, and so it's ask me that question again.
If you could just give a sampling of what you used to think, like the thoughts that used to come through your mind that limited you versus how you might think about the same kinds of things today.
Okay, so what comes to mind quickly is stability. Is I'm a person who enjoys stability, but I'm not in that stability mode anymore. So I used to have more of a negative stability, meaning I have to stay at this job. I have to put up with a bad boss and who is a OCD control person, and I have to stay. We had to file bankruptcy, and we end this coming May 2024, which is so exciting. And we've gone through the path. So my old mindset is that I have to always be broke. I can't do anything fun. I have to stay the course. Don't shake the boat. And now it's like I see the light at the end of the tunnel, but also in this past year, I have grown so much to like, I don't have to wait for bankruptcy to end. I don't have to uh, put up with a boss. I am moving through this, and I've created new habits, new routines, and I am just enjoying life now. I- So I'm not no longer stuck. I've definitely felt stuck, and now I'm trying on new things of, and trying on the energy of, if you're stuck, if I think I'm stuck, I'm going to be stuck. So I don't need to be stuck anymore. I don't need to live in my old story of my husband's had a stroke and I'm broke and I have old cars, and it's like, you know, I am enjoying life now, growing older, and my focus is as I grow older, I want to become faster and stronger as I age. And how do I do that? Well, that's for me. My motto has always been, Kai, you have to show up. And I'm fine once I show up, everything happens, and I bring a great energy, and I'm excited, and I love pumping people up. Um, I've gone to half marathons, marathons. I'll show up in a cow suit and ring a cowbell, and I'm like cowbell Kai, and I'm just there. I don't know anybody, and I'm just there cheering people on because that's just what I like to do. And I've had um, just great comments, great feedbacks. Of people from races have said, "Man, I'll be around," and people say, "I really appreciate you pushing me," and hearing that cowbell, that really helped me. And in your program, in your declutter program, I'm just very open, and I just love showing up for myself and other people. To me, that's just very important. That's what life for me is showing up and bringing it bringing Kai to the plate.
I love that example, especially the cow suit and the cowbell. And I think what you're saying is that more energized, more public, more supportive and sharing kind of person is really who you are naturally.
Yes,
And when you're acting like that, you feel naturally well because it's just easier for you to be yourself and to be your natural self and to share yourself.
yes. I just did a 5-day volunteer thing at a trail race, and the feedback that I got from people, I mean, complete strangers. One person said, "You're just a bundle of joy." Another person says, "Do you ever stop smiling?" Another person, so I helped some people. This man was looking to camp with his team, and he asked me if I said, you can't camp there." And I looked around, and he said, "I'm just trying to find a place, out of the rain, that kind of thing." And I looked around, I said, "You know what? You're fine where you are. Camp right there. The cars already have you parked in. If anybody says anything to you, tell them Kai said it was okay." And that just made this team of 8 men just bring it. And, afterwards they finished the race. It was an overnight race. And they said, this man, I don't even know his name. And he said, "I just want to introduce you to Kai." And she made our event excellent. And, we put our fist in the middle and we're cheering everybody on. And that's just, that's Kai being Kai, the real Kai. And it was exciting. It's easy for me to be that person versus it takes more energy to be the negative person, to be the narrow-minded, "Oh, my life is doom and gloom." And it's like, I'm over it. And yes, I get sucked back in every now and then, but I'm moving on.
I love it. I'm on video nodding my head really aggressively when she's saying, like you're bringing it, right? And you're um, transformed in the best of ways because you just became yourself. And I think, like you said so brilliantly, being not yourself, being a narrow, constrained, constricted, negative thinking person is more energy draining than
Yes.
good because you're not being yourself. You're actually fighting your natural tendencies to be really energized, really welcoming, really a leader, really a sharer, really someone who helps other people to have a better time. And now you have all these future opportunities ahead of you to continue doing this amazing energy work.
Yes, and I'm just it's only been a year that you and your podcast came into my life, and the strides that I've made are just amazing because I've been open to it. I've been open to change and looking for change, and it's like what serves me, what serves my family, and I just am having a much better time, and I'm learning tools and techniques, and going through your success lab has been amazing, and just growing, and it's just becoming just really, really nice.
Wonderful. Do you see your future as filled with opportunities, or do you feel like you're going to struggle? What is your attitude? I have a feeling I already know.
Yeah, it's limitless. Um, I found something that is over the chart, wild idea that I want to do, and it's only because of you that I'm thinking this. There's something called 29029 ever resting, and it's in essence it's a an event, an 36-hour event where you climb the elevation of Mount Everest at different ski resorts, and you climb and you hike up, and then you take a gondola down, and you hike up again as many times as it takes to get to Mount Everest height. And that is like mind blowing to myself. But I am going for it. I've got some more weight to lose to get more strength, and this will happen in my future. And I cannot wait because it'll stretch me physically and mentally, and that excites me. I'm going for it.
That terrifies me, but I'm really happy you're happy and I'm really proud of you. I'm really excited. You have made such transformations in a very short amount of time. I'm really glad you've embraced everything really wholeheartedly because, my perspective is that when we keep ourselves constrained, it's because we're trying to be good. We're trying to not rock the boat, like you said, right? We're not trying to cause difficulty for the people in our lives. We're not trying to do anything wrong, right? But what we forget and sometimes what we miss, and sometimes for years, is that we're missing that we could actually take care of everything and have a good time and be fulfilling our energy needs and be meeting all these funky new people and learning new things and getting super strong in our later years in life, if I may call them that. And I think you are my role model. And I think you give me a lot of credit for a lot of things, but I want to just share the credit with you that you've done so much to open your heart and your mind and your mindset and your life to what's ahead of you. I'm so proud to be a part of your journey. And I thank you so much for sharing so much of your personal journey with the world on this podcast that I love so much. And I just want to give you a hug, virtual hug, and so much thanks for just trusting me and trusting yourself and for coming onto the show today to speak so openly and honestly with us.
Well, definitely virtual hug back at you. And I want to say keep doing what you're doing because, oh, your post on Instagram and everywhere you are, and your your passion to grow yourself and you're growing your community is so giving of you. And I think that's we just want to make life better for everyone.
We do.
So I appreciate you and thank you for everything that you do and have changed my life.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Well, let's keep going, right, Kai? And
Absolutely.
everyone who's listening, we want to let you know it's your turn. It's your turn to reach inside and challenge what is not working for you, whatever that might be, big or small. Know that you can make changes over time. You can make them in microscopic ways, but you're going to make them so that you get to live your best life and that your energy gets to ripple through the airwaves and the Mount Everest waves and wherever else you choose to be. Really, this is your life. Let's go grab it. Let's go really make time for success. Why don't we end it that way? Kai has mentioned kindly a program that she and I are working in together. It's called the Success Lab. And it's this weekly accountability group where I do some light coaching every Saturday. And then the members in the Success Lab work together. We work together on our own individual projects, but then we basically guarantee that we leave the session feeling energized, feeling more proud of ourselves, and feeling capable. And if you're interested in reading about this program for yourself, you could go to maketimeforsuccesspodcast.com/lab. It's maketimeforsuccesspodcast.com/lab. And I will see you soon. And you know that if you join my community, you're going to meet Kai at some point or another. And again, Kai, thank you so much.
Just everybody show up.
Let's show up and we'll see you soon. Bye bye.